Welcome to YZP on Africa, a series of interviews that help understand this amazing continent that is Africa, and more specifically our area of passion, which is entrepreneurship. So today we've invited 4 young entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs to have a chat with us about entrepreneurship, and more specifically about young people and entrepreneurship. So I'd like to start the conversation going by posing this question to you. How do we get more young people interested in entrepreneurship?
Thank you for that question, York. I think where we have to start in terms of getting young people involved is to start with dreams. Let's cultivate dreams within young people. Let's help them to dream, because once you dream, that's when we can link entrepreneurship with making that dreams come alive.
But entrepreneurship, especially amongst young people, often starts with people who just come out of educational system. What is the role of education? How can we improve the educational system to assist young people become entrepreneurs?
With that, I would say that the subject LO, life orientation, is not really helping children to understand the business side of the world. So by adjusting that LO subject and showing them how to, for instance, open up a bank account or how to do finances, that would be a vital part, how to get them into the entrepreneurial world.
And what kind of challenges does an entrepreneur face? What are some of the obstacles that entrepreneurs face out there, especially young entrepreneurs?
That's an excellent question. There are a lot of challenges that us young entrepreneurs face, and I'll just go over just 2 of them that are most important. And I think the first one is the social stigma that comes with being an entrepreneur, and the perception that unfortunately entrepreneurship has with our parents and the older generations, as it's very difficult for them to understand why we want to be entrepreneurs, because when we just go to school and get a good job and have a great career. And I think that's one of the first issues that we need to tackle. And the second issue is actually getting enough capital to start a business. And yes, there are systems in place to help us young entrepreneurs, but I think it needs to be more enforced within South Africa, and especially within Africa, because, so that we can all grow together.
And also perhaps also advertising these companies that are willing to help other people. Because, for instance, nobody actually does know that there is help out there, so we'd rather not go that path.
Thank you. There's a global trend of speaking of technology and how technology empowers people. And we see it in Africa, a continent of 800 million people, and we see a lot of talk of technologies. But how does technologies play an impact in assisting young entrepreneurs?
Well, technology plays a huge impact, a huge role rather, in terms of opening the world to young people in Africa that has previously been closed out. Because, as you may know, that most people in Africa do not have computers, but they do have mobile phones, and it's the use of mobile phones that has opened a bigger world to young people, especially entrepreneurs. People can learn new things using technology, using something as simple as a cell phone, just to open up their world.
I mean, touching on that, I think technology in terms of entrepreneurship in rural areas is also very important, because I know certain examples, like I think Kenya, where farmers are actually given mobile phones, and through these mobile phones they can actually check how much the crops they want to sell will go for in the market, when at what times is ideal to plant certain crops. So I think technology, and especially mobile technology, is very important in terms of cultivating entrepreneurship in Africa.
And you talk about rural areas, and maybe this could be the next point. You are in cities, you've got access to infrastructure, to information, and so forth. How do we make or increase the rate of entrepreneurship amongst young and not so young people in areas where the infrastructure is lacking?
Well, it's very difficult to say in one sentence what could be done, but I think the challenge is on all of us, because it's a known fact that the structures are not there in the rural areas, and if they are, they're not adequate in terms of supporting entrepreneurs. So the onus is upon us to go out to the rural areas and as young entrepreneurs share our challenges, share our stories with entrepreneurs out in the rural areas, just to give them a bit more, or to broaden their knowledge, and also for us as well to learn, because as Nkezi was saying, that it's important to learn together. So yeah, I think that's it.
Thank you. There, a lot of people out there, when they hear of Africa, they don't understand what this continent is about. And okay, there's a lot of countries, so it's very difficult to generalize. But they see Africa through the lenses of history, known for corruption, known as a destination for aid, and so forth. What would you say? How would you describe Africa to the world?
Well, that's an excellent question. Just to piggyback off what you said, unfortunately the media has played a vital part in the perception that people in the first world have of Africa. And I think it's important that we turn that around and put the focus on the things that are good in Africa. There's a lot of countries within Africa, for instance Nigeria, South Africa, even Kenya and Egypt are market leaders in the emerging markets. And as you see economically, emerging markets are where a lot of investors at the moment are getting their returns from. So if we can highlight that and edify a lot of the companies that are driving this growth within Africa, and put that perception back to the first world, I think that will create a very big impact on the perception that we have on us.
Just to add to that, I think it's also important to note that while Africa may have had corruption and all those other challenges, most of those things have stopped or are dying out. And what's most exciting about Africa is that it's a new world. We've got other opportunities that are opening up. Technology is booming in Africa. So in terms of the African economy, it's open for business. Anyone can come in. The opportunities are open, unlike developed markets in, say, Europe, where in other industries people can't come in, young people can't come in. In Africa, it's open, it's fair game for everyone. So I'd say to all investors, come to Africa, we're open for business.
That's true. I'd also like to add to what Rubini and London have been saying, that the view of Africa most of the time is of people starving, wars, and whatnot. But actually, Africa has so much potential, and Africa is a beautiful continent, and people actually want to do things for themselves. And I think it's important that the West starts looking at Africa as a place to invest, because I think it's like Africa actually is like a rough diamond. You know, it's a diamond in the rough. You just need to polish it up a bit, and believe me, it's going to shine. It's going to shine. That's what I mean.
And also because of the nation, because we have so many people that do live here, foreigners, for instance, and we have to learn how to work with these people. We have to understand their cultures, their religions, their beliefs. And with that, it also gives Africa the possibility of opening their eyes to other possibilities and other ideas. So it definitely is a diamond in the rough.
What's some of the best advice that you received as young entrepreneurs?
Well, I think personally is first of all, just have a dream, and no matter what people say, just stick to your beliefs and see it through. So I think it's having a dream.
Having read a lot of books and stuff, things like that, I've really noticed that, especially us as young entrepreneurs, we tend to overcomplicate things. Yes, starting a business is difficult. Yes, you have obstacles you need to overcome. But just use the KISS method. towards starting a business. Just keep it short and simple, and focus on what it is that you want to do. Make sure that you think big, make sure that you start small, and start now.
Sharpen your skill, differentiate yourself from the competition, and keep your head up.
Have a dream, follow your dream. If you fall, get back on your feet.
Thank you so much. And finally, why don't you just tell me a little bit about the kind of businesses that you're involved in, and what drives it? What are you motivated by?
Okay, well, my name is Nketsi Ngosi, and I'm a recent law graduate. And I love reading and I love researching different topics. So I'm very passionate about taking complex legal, topics, issues, and putting it in a package that's easily understandable by pretty much anyone. That's not a law professional, so yeah, that's.
Thank you.
My name is Sikipa, and I'm the co-founder of Ontesa. And what we essentially are is we are a traditional fast food African business, and we are in Limpopo. We have a couple of locations in Limpopo, and we're currently growing in South Africa.
I'm Londa Mabunza. I'm founder of Zulu's On Board IT Training. My passion is training people on computers, basic computer literacy skills, and I've been at it for 6 years, 7 years, and yeah, that's what I do.
I'm Claudia Winkler. I just matriculated. I'm very passionate about helping children, especially dyslexic children, because I'm dyslexic myself. I'm hoping to get into occupational therapy and then specializing in dyslexia and hopefully opening up my own practice.
And with that, I thank you very, very much for being here and wish you all the very best in your adventures. Clearly passion is clearly hunger. Go out there and conquer the world.